If you're wondering what will happen to your community and to your city when the Agenda 21 plans get adopted, then look no further than to the One Bay Area plan. The One Bay Area plan is a plan that would basically concentrate most of the human population in the Bay Area along transportation corridors. This transportation corridor, which would basically be electric rail and the El Camino Real, will limit human activity to these three urban centers. The urban centers being San Jose, Oakland, and San Francisco. The One Bay Area plan calls for spreading stack and pack housing and concentrating urban populations to somehow lower greenhouse gas emissions. This plan would set up an association of Bay Area governments who would be responsible for administrating $200+ billion in federal funds. They will get to choose which cities and which counties will get to have the funds and how much. The cities will only get these funds if they adopt the plans. The plans call for land confiscation in quote-unquote redevelopment areas. This land confiscation can be done if a building simply is not aesthetically pleasing to the viewers. Although they say it's often to protect the environment, a lot of this land will probably be sold to developers on penny on the dollar. This plan can be likened to a developer's wet dream, getting prime bay real estate from the city that's confiscated to build high-rises, making large profits. It's really obvious for anyone who has the eyes to see and the ears to hear that this is just a power grab by big government and big business. I mean, simply, if you want to develop, you need to get a waiver, you need to get multi-agency tests, you need to pay large fines, and you have to deal with new changing regulation. But as we know from other examples, big corporations will probably be exempt from paying these big waivers, and small corporations will probably be overburdened. You don't really even need to look too far other than the salt flats controversy to see who this really is benefiting. The salt flats, which are primarily owned by the Cargil Corporation, yes, the Cargil Corporation that is the owner of aspartame, they are the sole owner of the salt flats. Under the One Bay Area plan, they want to buy these salt flats in order to set up quote-unquote environmental sanctuaries. The problem is, they say that these salt flats will take the high priority in funds available. This means for cities like San Leandro, who are in record deficits, that they have to pay Cargill top dollar price for salt flats instead of paying their employees their due wages or paying them in pensions. It's clear that big business simply wants lucrative contracts, and big government simply wants to restrict our freedoms, making us dependent on it. This One Bay Area and other sustainability plans only really aim to sustain the profit and the power into the elite. Thank you. This is Keith Steveney reporting it from Infowars.com.